Hey guys, it's Saga, and in this video, I'm comparing the OnePlus 9 Pro with the iPhone 12. Based on the names, some people wanted me to compare the OnePlus 9 Pro with the iPhone 12 Pro or the 12 Pro Max. But there is a huge price difference between them, so I didn't think that was a fair comparison. OnePlus 9 Pro and iPhone 12 are priced much closer to each other, so I decided to compare these two instead. Now both these phones are very good on their own, but there are a lot of differences between them and they cater different audience. We will look at all those differences and try to figure out which one is better for your needs. While trying to decide between any two phones, first and foremost thing that most people look at is not the design, display or the cameras, it is the price. More often than not, price is the deciding factor. The price of both these phones is different depending on where you are. For example, base variant of the OnePlus 9 Pro is priced at $969 in the US, and in India the same variant retails at 64,999 rupees. Whereas the base variant of the iPhone 12 is priced at $829 in the US, while its MRP in India is 79,900 rupees. So in some parts of the world, OnePlus 9 Pro costs more, while in the others, the iPhone 12 does. I live in India, so I'm going to consider and continue with the Indian prices of both these phones. These are of course the prices at which both these phones were launched at, and their latest prices may differ depending on when you are watching this video. I will leave links to both of their latest discounted prices in the description section. If you live in India, OnePlus 9 Pro costs less than the iPhone 12. So if price is the most important factor for you, and if you can't spend anything more than 60 or 65,000 rupees, then out of these two, you don't have any other option than to go for the OnePlus 9 Pro. But if you have the extra money, let us figure out if you should spend it on getting the iPhone 12 or if you should save it and get the OnePlus 9 Pro instead. By the way, Apple has already started assembling the iPhone 12 in India, so its prices might come down a bit in the next few weeks or months, so keep an eye out for it. With the prices taken care of, let us check out the design of both these phones. Both get a metal frame running around which is sandwiched by the glass from either sides. On the iPhone 12, you get ceramic shield glass at the front and back. Corning has developed this new ceramic shield glass in partnership with Apple, and it is said to provide 4 times more drop protection over the iPhone 11. OnePlus 9 Pro on the other hand gets Gorilla Glass 5 protection for its front and back glass. Considering that the 9 Pro is OnePlus's most expensive smartphone, I expected it to at least come with Gorilla Glass 6 protection, if not with the latest Gorilla Glass Victus like the Samsung flagships. If you guys don't know, Gorilla Glass 5 was introduced 5 years back. iPhone 12 gets a host of color options to choose from. All the color options have a glossy glass back, which I am not a big fan of. It gathers a lot of fingerprints and smudges and is very slippery. OnePlus 9 Pro comes in 3 colors. The silver or the morning mist color gets a glossy back, but the other 2 colors get a frosted matte glass back, which I like and prefer over the glossy glass back on either of these phones. Apple changed the design of the iPhone 12. They went from rounded sides and 2.5D glass at the front and back to flat sides and boxy looking design, and I think this looks and feels much better. Quite simply, because now there is much more metal to hold on to, it makes this phone fit and feel very well in my hands. Other than just moving the camera from the center like on the OnePlus 8 Pro to one side, like it is on the OnePlus 8T, the OnePlus 9 Pro comes with a familiar looking design. It is a bit narrower than the 8 Pro, so this 9 Pro also fits very well in my hands. But because the front and back glass are curved at the edges, it leaves very little room for the metal frame where you would hold the phone, and so you have to be extra cautious when you are using the 9 Pro without a case. The front and back glass on the iPhone 12 sits flush with the frame of the phone, whereas the curved edges of the front and back glass are exposed on the OnePlus 9 Pro, and this makes them vulnerable to damage if the phone falls down. So I would highly recommend you to use a good quality case with the OnePlus 9 Pro if you decide to go with it. Other than the design and build materials, there is an obvious size difference between these two. iPhone 12 has a smaller form factor, which makes it fit well and feel very comfortable in my hands. OnePlus 9 Pro is taller, heavier and wider, making it feel a bit uncomfortable to manage with just one hand in comparison to the iPhone 12. Now you might prefer bigger phones if you have big hands, but for my average size hands, I prefer the size of the iPhone 12. Now the iPhone 12 is a bit smaller in dimensions because it comes with a 6.1-inch OLED display, whereas the OnePlus 9 Pro comes with a 6.7-inch AMOLED display. Both displays support HDR playback and can get very bright, but technically, 9 Pro's display has a slight advantage with on-paper peak brightness of 1300 nits as opposed to 1200 nits on the iPhone 12's display. I said on paper because in real life, display on the iPhone 12 seems a bit brighter when looking at HDR content. I turned off auto brightness option on both these phones, turned the brightness to maximum and played this HDR video. And you can see iPhone's display gets a bit brighter and is showing marginally better colors. Both these displays being OLED, they have deep blacks. OnePlus 9 Pro's display takes the edge with 120Hz refresh rate and LTPO technology. What this means is in the smart 120Hz mode, refresh rate on the 9 Pro can go to as low as 1Hz when you are just reading or looking at static images, and it can raise up to 120Hz when you need to do something more demanding like scrolling through social media or while playing games. 9 Pro also gets features like always on display, which is not available on the iPhone 12. With curves around the edges and a very small hole punch cutout for the selfie camera, OnePlus 9 Pro's display looks cleaner and more futuristic compared to the flat display with a big notch on the iPhone 12. If both these phones were placed on a table, based on their design and display, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments. While I just love the size of the iPhone 12, for the display I would pick the OnePlus 9 Pro. Well, these curved displays do come with some downfalls. OnePlus has been working on reducing the accidental touches, but you will still get a few of those while using this phone. You will also run into some responsiveness issues if you are trying to reach across the screen without a case on your phone, or even while clicking images in the landscape mode. I even found it a bit difficult to move the YouTube slider to the start or end of any video. Since the iPhone 12 gets a flat display, you won't run into any such issues with it. If you watch many videos or play a lot of games on your phone, bigger display and smaller notch on the OnePlus 9 Pro will definitely give you a more immersive experience. On the OnePlus 9 Pro, you get an in-display fingerprint sensor to unlock the phone, while on the iPhone, you get Face ID. In normal situations, I feel the Face ID is faster, easier and more convenient than any of the in-display fingerprint sensors that I have tested. But given the pandemic situation that we are in right now, I feel the in-display fingerprint sensor on the OnePlus 9 Pro is the better and more convenient way to unlock your phone. The fingerprint sensor on the OnePlus 9 Pro is of optical type, which means it needs light to read your fingerprint. So whenever you want to unlock your phone, you will have to first wake the screen and then place your finger on this sensor. The 9 Pro also gets the face unlock feature, and while it is quick to unlock your phone, it is nowhere as secure as Face ID on the iPhone or even the fingerprint sensor on the OnePlus 9 Pro itself. Coming to the internals, both these phones pack in the latest specs. OnePlus 9 Pro comes with a Snapdragon 888 processor coupled with Adreno 660 GPU, 8 or 12 GB of RAM and 128 or 256 GB of internal storage, and it gets a 4500 mAh non-removable battery. iPhone 12 comes with Apple's own A14 Bionic processor, 4 GB of RAM and 64, 128 or 256 GB of internal storage and a 2815 mAh battery. Both these phones do get 5G support, but the iPhone 12 supports 15 plus 5G bands, whereas the OnePlus 9 Pro only supports 2 5G bands in India. A few weeks back, OnePlus customer support confirmed that more 5G bands will be added to this phone after the 5G networks go live in India. But in the most recent post in the official OnePlus community, OnePlus team has now said that they don't plan on bringing more 5G bands to the OnePlus 9 Pro or any of the other phones in the OnePlus 9 series, which is a big setback for all of the OnePlus 9 series phones. Now with these amazing internals, performance is not an issue on any of these phones. Both of them are very fast at opening most of the day-to-day apps and even run any game that you can throw at them smoothly. They don't even break a sweat while going through your daily apps, and sustained performance is also not an issue while using heavy or demanding apps. OnePlus 9 Pro, however, does get considerably hot after running heavy apps or games for a long time. RAM management is also not an issue on any of them. My OnePlus 9 Pro has 8 GB of RAM and the iPhone 12 just has 4 GB of RAM, and yet it has no issues keeping multiple apps open in the background. All of this is thanks to the excellent optimization of iOS. iPhone 12 was running iOS 14 out of the box, and this phone will continue to get major software updates for the next 5 years at least, if not more. OnePlus 9 Pro on the other hand is running on the latest version of Oxygen OS, which is built on top of Android 11, and this 9 Pro will keep on getting major software updates for 2 years and Android security updates for another year after that. OnePlus used to be very quick with updates, but lately, many people have been complaining about slower or delayed updates on previous OnePlus flagship phones like the OnePlus 7 Pro. Apple provides unparalleled software support for all of their phones. 9 Pro has been getting a lot of updates since it came out. My phone has got 4 updates in the last month alone. While this sounds like a good thing that OnePlus is pushing out software updates regularly, but it is really not, because all of those updates are being pushed out for fixing the issues that this phone shipped with. A phone which costs this much, or any other phone for that matter, should not need these many updates to get the basics right. One thing that I like about Oxygen OS is that it is one of the cleanest and the most functional Android skins. iOS 14 did add many new features, but at the core, it is still the same simple operating system that many people like and prefer. There are no unnecessary complications, and if you have any other Apple devices, it integrates flawlessly with those devices, creating a wonderful ecosystem. Like I said before, if you consider the overall software experience, iPhone 12 will continue to get latest software updates for much longer than the OnePlus 9 Pro. And these are first day updates. You don't have to wait for a few weeks or months to get these updates. The minute Apple pushes new software updates, they show up on your phone instantly or within a few hours at the max. While OnePlus pushes out major software updates to your phone weeks or months after Google has released it. OnePlus 9 Pro does have a few extra tricks and features like the reverse wireless charging. I will admit, not once have I used this feature in the last month of owning the OnePlus 9 Pro. Well, it sounds cool and all, but not only the charging speed is very slow, battery on the 9 Pro has a tough time keeping itself powered for long enough. So passing on power wirelessly to other devices is something that most people will never do. Speaking of batteries, despite of having a much smaller one than the OnePlus 9 Pro, iPhone's battery lasts much longer on a single charge. It is a shame that OnePlus with a bigger battery, latest processor, LTPA technology and all of its battery optimization can't give me screen on time of more than 5 hours. I didn't get a lot better backup even after lowering the resolution of the display. The iPhone 12's battery consistently gives me a screen on time of over 3.5 or 4 hours with 50% of the battery still remaining. So if I didn't charge the iPhone 12 at the end of the day and just keep on using it, I would end up getting over 6.5 or even 7 hours of screen on time on a single charge. Now when it comes to charging both these phones, OnePlus 9 Pro easily beats the iPhone 12. This is both for wired and wireless charging. 9 Pro comes with a 65W charger in the box, which can take it from 0 to 100% in just under half an hour. This phone also supports 50W wireless charging via the OnePlus wireless charger. iPhone 12 on the other hand doesn't even come with a charger in the box, and you will have to buy it separately. It also supports wireless charging, but the maximum wireless charging speed that it supports is less than half of the OnePlus 9 Pro. So while iPhone 12's battery lasts longer, it takes well over an hour to charge even with the 20W charger, so the OnePlus 9 Pro with its fast charger included in the box could be considered to be the better one battery-wise. Coming to the cameras. If you're like me, this is what you might be the most excited about. We know that the iPhone 12 has a great set of cameras, but OnePlus also made a lot of noise about its partnership with Hasselblad in the hopes of improving the cameras of this phone. So let's find out which one gets the cameras right. iPhone 12 comes with just two cameras on its back. Main one gets a 12MP sensor, f1.6 aperture, 26mm lens and optical image stabilization, and the secondary camera again gets a 12MP sensor, f2.4 aperture and a 13mm ultra-wide-angle lens. OnePlus 9 Pro comes with quad cameras on its back. Main one gets a 48MP sensor, f1.8 aperture, 23mm lens and optical image stabilization. Then there is a 50MP camera with f2.2 aperture, 17mm ultra-wide-angle lens, and this one also doubles as a macro camera. Next is the 8MP camera with f2.4 aperture, 77mm lens, which gives this camera a 3.3x optical zoom compared to the primary lens, and this one also gets optical image stabilization. And finally, there is a 2MP monochrome camera with f2.4 aperture. iPhone 12 can shoot 4K videos at 60fps with extended dynamic range, and it can also shoot HDR Dolby Vision videos at up to 30fps. For slow motion, it can shoot 1080p videos at 120 or 240fps. OnePlus 9 Pro can shoot 8K videos in 30fps. It can also shoot 4K videos at up to 120fps. For slow motion, it can shoot 1080p videos at 240fps and 720p videos at 480fps. iPhone gets a 12MP selfie camera, f2.2 aperture, 23mm lens, and it can shoot 4K videos at up to 60fps and 1080p slow motion videos at 120fps. OnePlus 9 Pro gets a 16MP selfie camera with f2.4 aperture, but it can only shoot 1080p videos at 30fps. Something that OnePlus 9 Pro has and the iPhone 12 doesn't is the Pro mode in its native camera app. You will have to download a third-party camera app if you want more control over your images on the iPhone 12. Here are some of the images from both these phones. This is not my full TechWorks style in-depth camera comparison, because frankly, due to the lockdown in my city, I just don't have enough samples to make a dedicated camera comparison video between these two right now. If you want to look at a lot more image and video samples from both these phones, you can check out my dedicated camera reviews of both of them. I will leave cards to them on the top right corner of your screen and also link them in the description section. Images from both seem to be detailed. with the 9 Pro's images appearing a bit sharper, and the only noticeable difference is in the colors that both of them are capturing. iPhone 12 is showing the colors as they were, whereas the OnePlus 9 Pro is adding a bit of blue and magenta hue to its shots. OnePlus claims that Hasselblad helps its cameras achieve natural color calibration, but as you can see from these images, colors from the OnePlus 9 Pro are a bit off. We saw the same thing in its detailed camera review and the comparison with the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now my 9 Pro has got 2 more updates after those videos went live, but the main problems with the camera still remains the same. The OnePlus 9 Pro however takes much better wide shots. This is thanks to the new massive 50 megapixel sensor behind this lens. Its wide shots are much detailed compared to the ones from the iPhone 12. So while other than the better colors from the iPhone 12, you won't be able to tell much difference between the detail levels from the main camera, for the wide camera, you can easily tell that images from the OnePlus 9 Pro look better. Now the wide camera can also focus on a much closer object and take amazing macro shots like this. And because these shots are coming out of a 50 megapixel sensor, they are incredibly detailed. 9 Pro also gets a telephoto lens and it lets you capture distant objects. You don't get this lens on the iPhone 12, so you will have to zoom in to capture distant objects, which degrades the quality of the overall image. In terms of cameras, I would say iPhone 12 gives you better images, but the cameras on the OnePlus 9 Pro are more versatile overall. If you guys want a detailed camera comparison between these two, let me know by hitting the like button, and I will make sure to start working on it as soon as the lockdown restrictions are eased a bit in my city. So after looking at all these things, I think the decision really comes down to these points: price, your personal preference, the ecosystem that you are into, and for how long you plan on using this phone. Now as I mentioned before, if you don't have enough money to go for the iPhone 12, then just go with the OnePlus 9 Pro. But if you have the money to purchase either of these phones, first try to answer this. Do you like smaller phone with a manageable form factor, or do you want a phone with a bigger display? If you like and want smaller phones, get the iPhone 12, and if you like to own a phone with a bigger display, then go with the 9 Pro. The next thing to consider is that do you have other Apple devices like Mac, an iPad, or even the Apple TV? If yes, then going with the iPhone will make things easier for you, because Apple designs all these things so they talk to each other and give you a much better overall experience. And finally, also think about how long you plan on using the phone that you are about to get. If it is for 3 years or less, going with either one won't make a big difference. But if you plan on using it for more than that, iPhone 12 will give you a better software support for longer time. I have also seen 5-year-old phones from both these companies, and trust me, iPhones age a lot better in every way. Well, I think that should be enough to help you decide between these two phones. If you are still confused, go through the video again and note down the pros and cons for both the phones, and maybe that will help you decide. Once you have decided which one you are going to get, don't forget to let us know about it in the comments. Your comment might help someone else in their decision making process. Whichever one you plan on getting, I will really appreciate if you get it from the affiliate links in the description section. That is it for this video guys. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for more quality tech videos like this. You can also check out some of the other videos from this channel. This has been Sagar, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.